Hello Tech Genius, I am Ravi. Have you ever imagined a place where learning is as dynamic as the technology shaping your world? Then here's a deal. With iMatix, you can make sure the learning is exciting, impactful right from the beginning. You have interactive sessions with expert-led courses. In the world of tech, from data science to cloud computing, it's not just about a session, it's about doing, building, learning by solving real problems. So let's get started. Today we will talk about how to create projects and how to use them in your customer voices as a billable project. How does it look like? Again, if you look at the project site type BP here, project. You have different business processes here about like project hierarchy, timesheet, event from HR perspective, also from your finance perspective. Also like convert opportunity project to project, project resource plan line, or like many other BPs are also there. Great project scenario, great project hierarchy, many more. It's like big list out here. But the main one is like this great project. Here we just have one step. It's a default definition. And if you look at the initiating security groups here, these are the people who can do this. They can only create this. That's right. That's right. Initiating security groups, only these people. Now, if you look at the security policy, we have this task called create project. Then we have a create project using template on sales item. Submit Workday project web service, which is replicated by Workday. It's not in use anymore, or they are going to take it off soon from Workday. Create project from project Workday. Create project from idea. Like there are many tasks, copy project, copy opportunity project. We need to add someone here. Under copy project, because there can be scenarios where we need to copy the project and add some details here. For that, we can do one thing. We can just go into the business security policy view and add one security group here. Probably like project admin. We can add project admin here. View project, view all approved. Project admin will approve. We need to add here. Project admin, we can add implementer here. Then ad hoc approve, cancel web service and all those things. Looks good. Looks good. We just need to add someone here. For example, we can add project billing specialist. We just go here. Business process policy view added. With the same implementers and project billing specialist. Implementers, project billing specialist. And done. Now if you look at the one more VP here, that was added the project. Added project default definition. If you want to add it, just like husband was we used to do, added and all those things. Who can do this? Again, implementers and all those things. Now it looks good. Now let's directly go to the task called create project. And before that we need to create a hierarchy also, because when we do that it lasts for hierarchy to be added. That's a mandatory field before you create a project. Let's create a project hierarchy first. Project hierarchy. We'll give the name. Let me think of a blanket new market. Let's say blanket in your market, or the post email market. We'll give it an ID here. It was like what? And blanket or blanket. The ID for this project will be this one. Yes, you would be creating project of this hierarchy. No, ID is what you have to create the ID. No, this is just like an ID. Every project would have an ID, right, by which you will recognize it. Name is separate thing. Does the system generate or we have to create the ID? No, we have to put the ID here. That sequence in it, that's a separate thing. When you look at the project, it's like different things. ID is separate things. Remember, like companies we used to create, like CO102, CO103. But the company ID is different. It is a different one. I'll show you that. Don't worry. Once we come to that next page, you will see. Do you want to include this in the name? Let's make it short. Why is this coming? I need to get rid of this IT on my laptop. I'll show this functionality of optional hierarchy also later on. For now, let's USPS. Any parent of this hierarchy will say no. Projects will include. We have not created any project. For that, we don't have anything. It's done. If you look at this project hierarchy, the ID is this one, but we have to copy this ID. What is the subtype? There were two subtypes, right? What is it actually? They are like not system created. They are created by someone else. I can show you how to create those subtypes, but it's like someone who did practice. They just created their own subtypes for project hierarchy. Got it. I'll show that too. It's clear. We have our ID. Now let's go back. You can see different tabs like assigned roles, project hierarchy manager, project manager. If you want to assign project billing specialist, you can also do that. Work tag rule configuration. What will be the rule to use the work tag in this project hierarchy? Time entry configuration. Related to HCM part also comes in, but this is like a mix of HCM and financials. and then your project budget configuration. You have not done anything. First, let's assign the roles here. We'll say Project Billing Specialist. We'll go to Roles. Assign role. Let's see Project Billing Specialist. And we'll assign to Teras SRM. Then let's see what this is. Project Budget Configuration. How it will work. You can see different options here. Do not allow creation of project budgets. Do not allow submission of forecast budget. Forecast, budgeting and forecast is a separate thing. Budget for this project, this would be the budget and this would be the forecast amount. Then plan calculation, type your plan structure here. This is related to the budgeting and planning section. It touches that module also along with the HCM side, that how you will budget separate things include revenue. It's a little complicated. We'll not start with this part. We'll start with the basic part. Then it's like a journal source from which journal you have loaded the budget amount in the system. How much was the budget? How much you have forecasted for and all those things. Then you have work type rule configuration. Work type rule for project revenue and project cost. Use all work type for project employee. If somebody now submit an expense report or expenses, that for this project I worked like 10 hours and I went to a client meet and I incurred some expenses on lunch, dinner, whatever it is, or flights, whatever it is. And these are my expenses. He's from like India region, APAC region, Americas, Latin, all those things. You can define some work type rules for those expenses here. For time also, if they are entering the timesheet for the project. Remember, like I'm not sure in your companies, but we do have in corporate sectors thing called timesheet, where on weekly basis you enter your time. That Monday to Friday I work 9 hours on these dates. On a particular date when you don't work, you just put your holiday or like leave, whatever it is. I hope all of you do that right. A revenue rule for supplier invoices. Because it's like we are working for someone. Project is like created for a customer, or we use some supplier stuff, like we had to borrow some equipment from supplier, complete this project. Or we have to hire some people. The revenue companies from which area for supplier invoice, like little bit on the higher level side. As I know you want to add more complexity, we can do that in the project section. But I just want to show you this first. Let's understand the project path and then we'll come to this. For now, just have a view of this, all the screens right now. And once we start looking project, we'll use them in customer invoices. You will see overall impact of all these values. Right now, just have a look at them. No need to go deep into this right now. Then time entry configuration, like when people will enter time, restrict future time entry. Suppose they use this project to bill hours, but they are billing hours for next week also. You can say restrict future time entry. They would not be able to submit timesheet for next week or one day. Process history is just like when we did this project. Now, if you look at the assigned roles, it's assigned to the SR, and reporting engine would be USD. Now let me show you. You are asking this subtype, right? This would be a task call. We have to go to maintain organization subtypes. For projects, is it not defined here? No need to worry. National worker is checked. Fair enough. Let's wait. Nation type name. Use recognition subtypes. Name plus finance department, name plus VRS. Use as financial work tag available for payroll cost allocation. Test validation worker dimension, worker usage. That allows a like yes. Project. Oh, which one is saying software business? Well enough. It allows the organization task like more workers, assigned workers. Show an organization assignment, job recognition, position, assignment required. That is fine. Let's go back. One of this is what that, right? Now let's look for the tasks. But more normally, it will be in the task only. What was the value we had once? It's taking some time. Oh, what happened with this? It's not coming. What is it? Strange. It will come now. It will come actually. This subtype BI. This is the organization type SBS. And what was the other one? Let's see. One was SBS and one was PSS. S. And BSS. Innovation types. Let's create our own. Building. Building. Project type. It's coming. Now if I go back, project priority and surprise magic. This is how it will come. Now let's create a project. Get rid of this. We'll say create project. The first one. Now we'll use our blanket. Project template. Project plan template. Resource plan template. We have not created yet. A simple project first. And then we'll look at this project plan template and resource plan template also. This would be, let's say, project chain name. Blanket project chain name. Start. Let's say it will start today. It is just starting our project. We will not put any end date right now. Status. We'll say approved. This project was approved. Who would be? Let's say Teresa Serrano. This project is created to have a better market. Caption. The chain name. And then project ID. Just like that one, we'll just say BPC. Include project ID in the name. If we want to make it inactive, click on this one. Billable, if it is a billable project, we'll not see that. If you want to capitalize this project, we'll see that part too. Once we have billable, it will come into the customer voices also. I'll show you that. Company will say it will be using this for BGC only. Customer, we can use it for Reliance. Now the ultimate part here is that you can use it for one customer. Only your one company. Let's see. Now if I want to add Dell also, let's see what happens. Let's say Dell Imports. You can use a project for one customer only, not for many customers. Same with your company also. Again, if I want to use Blinkit as an additional, it will not work. Let's have BGC only and let's have Reliance only here. Project grouping, like if it is a part of a group of project, similar project, you can add it under project grouping. Then dependencies. If any dependency is there in this project, oh, we'll catch. Plugins of Blinkit channel. One date status is approved. Owner tells us Serrano. Project ID CO1. GC. Project currency would be USD. Customer Reliance Hotel. Grouping, we are not putting anything. Let me hit submit, at least it won't go away. Again, if you want to add additional work, tag here. You can do by putting the values here. Then project budget. What would be the estimated budget of this project? It's a project you're trying to capture market. There will be some budget to it that you be spending this much, or this would be the entire limit of this budget. We'll say 2000. Then estimated revenue saving. Out of this, what would be the estimated saving? Let's say we are targeting that even after all expenses from the budget, we would be able to save 2000 here. And realized revenue is like how much you think you would be able to realize, or you have realized far out of this revenue. Then project detail. how much this project is completed in terms of 20%, like it's like 20%, 10% risk level. It's like very high risk project. It's like a high priority. Importance of this project is very critical. Problem statement is like we never had business engineering. That was our problem for this project. Objective to capture 20% market in next 29 months, something like this, right? Then in scope, retail customers, small consumers, and out of scope, big malls, industries. Negative areas, measure of success. Measure of success, sale versus profit or sale versus revenue. Project overview, local delivery firm to help us. Something like this, like again, project manager would be wearing all the details. It's not your job. From end user, I'm showing what would be happening in a project. Role assignment. Project billing specialist we have already assigned. If you want to assign project manager, project resource manager or something like this. You see Logan McNeil LMC, Google McNeil attachment. If you have an attachment which you have signed as part of this contract or this project and can do, project plan. We have not created project plan template right now. We will create from blank. What is the project plan actually? How you will execute this? What would be the phases? Every project has phases, right? The beginning, the middle part, the end part, SEDUAD and some other phases. If you go to project phases, you can create your own project phase. It's not like you have to use one from here. You can create your own project phase. First, obviously plan and strategizing like how we will enter the market. There are already some online delivery, grocery delivery firms, companies, how we would enter the market. Let's say I am adding few values here. Under planning and strategy, what would you do? What task you do? You can create your own project task. It's not asking you to use one. You can create your own project task. And let's say build out content communication plan. How you would communicate. From when, which date to which date you will communicate, or you will send communication to the local consumers or people living in Chennai. We will start from 10th and we will continue to send marketing messages like 24. Right now this is 0% compared because we have not even started. It's like a milestone based that if you achieve this, many messages sent to the consumers and all those things. You can use a milestone if it has been closed later on. You add this project and it's done. You come here and it becomes closed here. The utilization is memo if you want to add anything. The second thing could be I am just making it up. Create and place. This one, what would be your task? Task would be like having a store. You can create a project task here. Opening store. Opening ground. Something like this. If you go back to product plan, most probably we will just have this go down like by 24th, start date 24th, and let's target to complete this by 31st, like 7. Not possible, but I am just making it up. Like this, you need to add different phases. Again, as a functional consultant or end user, it's not your job. Management will give you all those details. The person who will be doing that will be telling you like what you have to do and everything. Now let's go to the next page. Go to the resource plan. Now go here, add project role. Now we will talk about resources. Who would be working in this project? Let's say Teras Asana would be working, or consultant, HCM consultant, or finance consultant, or integration consultant, marketing consultant. Somebody would be working. You can create a project role or use for my testing values here. Let's say we need some administrative assistant or chief financial officer. First of all, we need a CFO for this project, or be it like anything. What would be the start date and end date? Remember, this happens more in your big 4 firms or consulting firms where you assign a resource in a project for a duration of time. Like you would be working in 6 months, you would be working 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, and all those things. Start date, let's say 10th of this one, and somewhere like 24 to this date he would be working. What would be the cost per hour or per day? What would be that cost? We'll say like he would be charging $450 per hour. The currency would be used only, but if you want to override it, you can do. Like if it's from different region and on, you can put a different currency. Allocation, will he be allocated 100% on this project? You say yes. Or if it is like the person has to be hired, you click on this checkbox here. You already know worker or group of people. You can assign a worker also. Estimated hours, like he would be working on this project somewhere around like let's say 520 hours. Project booking status. What's the status of booking him on the project? No item for now. Remember, if you want to add any, if you have any worker, let's say Richard Ho, let's put Richard Ho here. He would be the worker as CFO. Project role requirement. What would the project role requirement like? Does he need to hold a degree, diploma, certificate, something like this, or certification is required? Then what kind of certification? Like International Association of Software Architects. These are all work values created. Not work delivery, but you can customize it as your own requirement. Category of certified, let's say. Let me put anything here. It doesn't matter. Like this, you can create your multiple resources here. You click on this Add button here. We just gave it Chief Financial Officer, but you can create multiple things here. Multiple rows. That's why we will use a resource plan template and a project plan template to save this time. Now if I hit submit here, this is done. This is done. My project hierarchy is done. Now if you look at the projects here, because we had added our project in the project hierarchy, this project is now reflecting under this project configuration, and work table configuration are not built yet. No need to worry about it. This is like very high level. No need to go into that section right now. Let's learn how to create simple project first. Now let's create a billable project. We saw one thing like how to create a project, but how to create a billable project? Let's see. We will say create project again. And we will say blanket here. And we will just hit. And we will say blanket billable project. And we will say billable project. And we will say started with this. Status is approved. Owner is Terra Serrano. You will see different tabs, and you will see capital also. We will say project ID. We will say billable. We are marking this billable project here. BGC. Customer clients. We will say project budget. We will say 24,000. But now you see, once you hit billable, this revenue and all those things goes away. It's not enabled anymore. Project details, we will say it's like 20%. Complete risk level is very high. Priority is high. Importance is critical. All those things. We know what we need to enter. No need to come back. Role assignment, if you want to add project plan and resource plan, we have also seen. No need to go to that part. We will hit submit. And it's done. Just go. This is the ID. Where is that project? And link it to billable project. Now let's create our customer invoice. And we'll use the same company, BGC. Reliance Auto. And we'll get rid of this. Now see this billable project here. Here we'll use Blinkit. We use Blinkit billable project here. Sales item again. We can use biscuit or whatever you want. Let's make it 10, it will become 1200 here. Billable project is already tagged here, as you can see. Now remember, we had created the phases and tasks, right? Because we are billing it. Why we did not add the phases and tasks? I'll just show you once. Let me add a phase and task here. It will appear here also. We'll see it added. Where is that? Create project plan. Project plan. Will it? We'll add a phase here. Project phase. Plan to the rise task. Project task. Build out content. It's like 20% complete. We should have that option here. See planning and standardizing. Tasks should also come. This is how you use the relation of creating phases and tasks in the project to hear your customers' voices. Also, it has gone to Serrano because this is in an OS we have to do proxy. Start proxy. Let's approve this. This is approved, but unpaid right now. Let's see if any impact is there on our project here. We'll just go to the project. Project. If we look at the financials here, this is like to show you because revenue work, get it out. We try to add something. We go to contract and billing. The project does not have any contracts because we did not create any contract. we maybe use this. But customer invoice section, yes, we did use it. And you can see the project amount is 200. Total invoice amount is 200. Out of 12,000, the project amount has been used is 1200. Got clear on this? How you use billable project and how it impacts? Rishi, clear on this? Now resource plan template and project plan template is nothing. It's just like which we tried manually, like adding all those things. You create a template for this, and anytime you create a project, it allows you to add information quickly. Just like customer contract templates. Let me show you that also. Project plan template. We'll say link it. Project plan template. We'll add a face here and a task. This is for demo purpose. The same thing which we did manually. Just like to save some time here. Once you have this template, every time you create a project, it will be easy for you, like a one-time activity. But anytime you create projects and you need to add the same thing again and again, it will help you to save some time here. You can add one more, conduct testing. Then same thing with the source plan template. And we'll say link it. And then we'll say then project role. Let's add a project role here. Associate consultant standard cost over a trial like $250 USD. 100% estimated hours, like we'll spend 1000 hours in here in this project. Now if you use a create project task, project like this, link it. Now the project plan template is there. We'll just say link it here. The source plan was also there. And we'll say link it. Task and source template, again the same thing. Task and source template are the same. Now if you just look at this project plan and the source plan, it's already here, showing that copy from project plan template and the things we added here and the resource. Associate consultant. Clear on this? Now let's look at the last part, like how to make it capital. If you want to say capital, capital. But once you do that, it means a company and project currency. We'll just say BGC here. Blinkit Capital Project. Status is approved. It's a capital plus a label also. Project ID BGC Capital. Company is your BGC. Customer is Advance Hotel. Now once you do that and come to this project budget section here and you say 24,000. But this is not it's not a label for me. This is a capital project. What if I just uncheck this? The moment I do this, it's giving me that option. Estimate revenue saving, like let's say 2,500. It will be 500. Project detail. You can add the same thing. How much percentage? It has been completed. Work tags and all those things. If I just hit submit here, it's done. The project, the capital project is here. Under financials, you can see if it has been capitalized or something like this. I have project assets. Once you have assets, use a capital product. Capital product is like once you have machine being assets. We'll see in the asset capital. Capitalize project assets, because the assets that you use in this project to build the assets like land, machine and all those things would be added here. If you have any project assets, like you come here. Now transition type like C, where you would use this capital product. In supplying voice in your expense report, in your label cost, because people would be billing you. It's a capital that you are building. People would be working for you as a label, or like they would be supporting as a consultant. Then you would say, I have project assets, maybe connections. Somebody used this in a capital transaction for supplier invoice. What you would do? You would review those connections. Is it correct or not? Then you would have a project asset, the description, project spend category, project asset assignment rule here, like how the asset would be assigned in this project. What are the rules for this? There will be different tasks for it. It's like endless thing. The more and more you go deep in this project section. But normally, as a financial consultant, I have seen that this work is typically done by like the people. They create this product and then every project manager have clients. They call it customers manager. These are typically a project people also, which will take care of like all the clients also. When we are entering into a new market, we will assign a project manager that you look after this 10 customers. These are under your controls and everything. And you would look after all these transactions. Normally, this project manager will review each and everything here. If you have transactions, capitalized project assets, and all these transaction details. We see this like in asset chapter once we use the supplier invoice. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.